Hi, I'm fully-catered and I'm the safari expert, and this week I'm at Tuli Wilderness, and as you can see behind us, this is one of the wildest places in the whole Botswana.
This video was sponsored by Sapmok and Derek Solomon's Soundscapes from the African Bush, and a massive thank you to Tuli Wilderness for hosting us. I've added links to their websites in the description below. Tuli Wilderness is a wild and pristine private concession that lies in the eastern tip of Botswana between Platjan and Pondrift border posts right next to Mohave Game Reserve. We stayed at my favorite camp at Tuli Wilderness, Mohave Bush Camp, and we had 2 full days to explore the best that this incredibly wild place has to offer. Mohave is completely unfenced and lies in the middle of nowhere on the bank of a small riverbed. When you book Mohave, you get exclusive use of the whole camp, which sleeps up to 10 people in 5 basic but very comfortable rooms, of which 2 have open-air ensuite bathrooms. If you stay in one of the other 3 units, you'll have to use communal outside bathrooms, and if I'm being honest, this is definitely what I prefer. All the bathrooms have flush toilets and hot showers. In the middle of the camp is a fire pit with comfortable seating, a small plunge pool, and a thatched area with kitchen, dining table, and lounge where you can spend the hottest time of the day. You can either book the camp on a self-catering basis or upgrade to a fully catered option, which we did. And boy, was that a great decision, because the meals that Chef Gabby prepared for us were simply out of this world. After filling our bellies with delicious chicken wraps, chocolate brownies, and Cook Sisters, we decided to skip the afternoon game drive so that we could enjoy a relaxing afternoon in camp, which I can highly recommend. There's no better way to get rid of all the stress you so often take with you on vacation than putting up your feet and reading a good book to the soundtrack of birdsong. What makes it even more tempting to stay in camp at Mohave is the fact that the overflow from the camp's water container spills down into the riverbed and forms a pool of water right in front of the lounge. This attracts loads of birds throughout the day, and if you're lucky, some mammals as well. Soon after we sat down, a thirsty family of warthogs came down to quench their thirst. And then, just like we had hoped they would, a herd of elephants appeared from the thickets as well. But they were more interested in the tasty mupani leaves around camp than they were in the water. A few years ago, I had the most amazing sighting of elephants drinking right in front of us when I visited Mohave with another group of friends. And I have to thank Duncan Hossack for letting me use this incredible video that captured that experience so beautifully. Shortly before sunset, our guide Zakayo told us that a pride of lions had apparently been spotted nearby. So we hopped in the game viewer and made our way down to the Motlautsi River.
The riverbed itself. Oh, there they are, in the river. Wow.
The lions were lying right in the middle of the riverbed, and luckily for us, we had arrived just as they were starting to get active.
This is so special. We've got 2 adult females and a young female. They're lying here in the Motlautsi River. The youngster just came out here from the side and then joined up with the 2 adult females, and it's just beautiful when lions meet up with each other and there's that lovely bond.
The magical scene in front of us, a pride of lions in the sand, and thousands of red-billed quailias drinking from a waterhole behind them is so typical of Tuli Wilderness, and it was just the start of what would be one of the most memorable trips I had done in a very long time.
That is what I love so much about Tuli Wilderness. You're sitting with lions in the riverbed one moment, and then you pull up to Mohave camp with all the lanterns lit and the fire going in the background. I cannot think of a better way to end the day.
Little did we know that we would hardly sleep an hour during that first night. There's a herd of elephants literally right outside our room. They've been breaking branches for the last half an hour. Amazing. It's about 6:30 here at Mohave Bush Camp, and it was a very exciting night. The elephants were all around our room here. Let me quickly show you what we found when we stepped outside today. There's the branches right outside the room that they were feeding on. And if I walk a little bit further, you'll actually see all the tracks. Look at this. They were everywhere in camp. You can even see here where they fed as well on that bush. But let me go and show you this. Look, more tracks everywhere. There are lots of other sounds as well. The lions were roaring. Hyenas were calling, jackals went mental. So yeah, we didn't get a lot of sleep, but you know, that's what makes this camp so special. It's so wild. And then when we came out this morning for our first cup of coffee, look at the swimming pool that was full yesterday when we went to bed. They literally drank half of the pool water. So yeah, that is an absolutely amazing way to start the day. We're going to go out now and search for those lions, and then when it gets a little bit warmer, go up to one of the most special places on Tuli Wilderness, namely Eagle Rock. When we couldn't find the lions where we had left them the previous evening, we decided to head straight to Eagle Rock so that we could walk up to the top before it got too hot. After a short brief, Sakayo led us on a scenic and rocky path that leads to the top. This really is one of my favorite places in the whole world. Eagle Rock is one of the most iconic landmarks in the northern Tuli Block, and from the top you have an incredible view over the Mohave River, which was almost completely dry in August. In the sand were scores of elephant footpaths leading to a couple of small natural waterholes which hadn't dried up yet. And luckily for us, we had arrived just at the right time. At exactly 8 o'clock in the morning, a small herd of elephants appeared from the thickets on the opposite side of the riverbed and made their way to the waterholes right below us. We watched them for nearly half an hour, and we all agreed that it was one of the best wildlife experiences we had ever had. Eagle Rock was named after the resident pair of Verreaux eagles that breed here every year, And shortly after our epic elephant sighting, Sikayo led us to their nest.
So behind me is the Verreaux eagle nest, or the old black eagle nest that this rock was named after. And never in my life did I think I would get the opportunity to see a Verreaux eagle chick. Luckily, this pair has been viewed for many, many years by guys like Sikayo, our guide, and the guests that he's brought here. So they don't mind us being here, and we can get very close without actually disturbing them. And you could actually see they brought some dasi kills and some other meat up to the nest itself. Wow, what an experience. This day is just getting better and better.
Back at camp, we enjoyed open-air showers under an apple leaf tree, another one of Gabby's delicious meals, and some more downtime in camp. On our afternoon game drive, we first went south to the Limpopo River, where we drove some stunning roads through the riverine thickets. At some stage, an elephant bull came down to drink, and the scene actually reminded me a lot of Mana pools. From there, Sikayo took us to an extraordinary place, the local spotted hyena den. And what makes it so special is the fact that you visit it on foot.
So we've come to a very special hyena den this afternoon. Unlike the clans in South Africa's Lowveld, where I come from, that usually make their dens at the base of a termite mound, in an old aardvark hole, or in a culvert under the road, these guys here in the Tuli Block actually make their den in these rocky outcrops close to the Limpopo River. And what's so special is that we can actually come here on foot. Now, I know some of you might say, Valia, isn't that dangerous? But this clan specifically has been visited over the years on foot by expert guides like Sikayo for, probably well over a decade. And it just means that they're completely habituated around people. And what makes this clan extra special is that the adults actually allow the little pups to just be their curious selves and to come right up to us. And that's what we're hoping for here now, just like they would if you're in a game viewer. So let's sit back and see whether they're actually going to come and see us.
At some stage, I put my cameras down on the rock in front of us, and then we waited patiently for the curious youngsters to come and investigate.
You're gonna lose your phone.
So this is probably the 5th or 6th time that I've seen these pups here at the den, and I must say it was hands down the best sighting of them that I've ever had.
To make an unforgettable day even more special, we were treated to a bush dinner under the stars that evening. And needless to say, we couldn't stop talking about everything we had experienced over the past day and a half.
Let's make space for you. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Oh, yum.
We started our final morning with a cup of coffee around the fire, and then, after a quick bite, we set out on one last game drive. Shortly after leaving camp, Sikayo spotted some lion tracks.
Yeah, so there was a lion on the road here last night. It was lying down here, and you can see where the tail was. And it came here before the elephant.
Wow. That is pretty cool.
After nearly an hour of tracking, a few black-backed jackals caught our attention. And then we spotted him, a big male lion. He had stashed the carcass in a nearby thicket and then laid down to clean his bloody paws. What a way to end 2 unforgettable days in one of Botswana's wildest places. Thank you so much for watching right to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and please feel free to ask any questions you might have in the comments below. You'll find a link to the Tuli Wilderness website in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, also go and watch my series about Mohave Game Reserve right next door.